Class 9th, subject History Civics, the Vedic Period. We are continuing with this chapter, the Vedic Period. And as we have already discussed some of the facts of this chapter, now we are coming to the Vedic society and economy. We had already discussed about the Vedic literature, about the different Veds, about the epics, and today we are going to talk about the Vedic society. First of all, let us talk about the Vedic society. Now, as you know, the Vedic literature helps us in knowing the social life of the Aryans. First of all, they used to live a very simple life. Their families were patriarchal. That is, their father was the head of the family. The oldest male in the family was called the Grahapati, or the master of the household. All the members of the family used to obey him. He used to perform all the social and religious rites with utmost faith. Secondly, the Aryans held women in high esteem. They used to function. They used to participate in all the functions actively. They used to function in the festivals, in social festivals freely. All the people except the king and the nobles used to practice monogamy. There was no parda system. People used to marry according to their choice. There was no child marriage, and there was no evil system of sati. The widows had the choice to remarry. Thirdly, the caste system was not rigid. The society was divided into 4 castes to regulate it. The Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishya and the Shudra. But no restriction was imposed on them. They could freely change their caste. Actually, caste was closely connected with the profession. If anybody could change his or her profession, her caste used also to change. So there were no rigid rules, fixed rules, and caste was not hereditary. And it was not binding on people that they will have to continue to live in that caste. Again, we can see they used to live a simple life and they used to eat simple things like vegetables, fruits, rice, barley, corn. Sometimes they used also a beverage that was called som. This was also used in religious festivals, religious rites. It was offered to the gods. Som was an intoxicating drink. Aryans also used to have interest in amusements and sports like chariot racing, like dice, playing games, and wrestling. They used to take an interest in these things. This was their social life. Now coming to the next economy, agriculture was the main profession of the Aryans. They used to grow different crops like barley, rice. They used to grow vegetables and fruits also. Agriculture was one of the important professions of the Aryans. Second was the domestication of animals. This was the second important profession of the Aryans. They domesticated different animals like horse, bull, sheep, goat, cow. Cow had got more importance during this period of time. It had got a high value compared with the other animals. Then you had the trade. Trade was also an important profession of the people. There was a barter system. In the barter system, they used to exchange the goods. Trade was also being done between different parts of the country, between different people. So trade was not only within the society but also outside the society with other people, with other regions. Mostly they used to exchange the goods, and that's what we call as the barter system. Then there were other professions like weaving, spinning, carpentry, pottery. Some of the people were engaged in making jewelry. This was also an important source of livelihood for the people. This was also an important this profession of the people, of audience. In the later Vedic period, there were some changes. The women who were given equal status, and there was a gender equality in the early Vedic periods. Now the women did not get the same treatment as was being given to them in the early Vedic periods. They lost their social and religious position in the later Vedic periods. Caste system had become rigid. Now there were no intercaste marriages, and no one could change their caste. Not only 4 castes, many other castes also appeared in the later Vedic period. Now I am giving you the homework. Do next 5 questions given in Pleno app.